In this video, I'm going to show how to install the Java JDK, which you need to develop Java programs. The first thing you want to do is open up a browser and go to a search engine. Then search for JDK download. And the first result should be from Oracle, and it should say Java downloads. So go ahead and click on that. And it'll take you to a web page that might look a little intimidating at first, but don't worry, I'm going to explain exactly what you need to do here. The first thing I want to point out is that at the time I'm recording this video, Java 24 is the latest version of Java that's been released. But you're watching this at some point in the future, so the latest version for you probably won't be Java 24, instead it might be Java 25, 26, or so on. And that's totally fine. Unless you have a specific need for an older version of Java, I recommend just installing whatever the latest version is that you see. Now what you do next depends on which operating system you're using. You're going to click on one of these three links here, depending on whether you're using Linux, macOS, or Windows. Now, I'm going to assume that Linux users know what they're doing and probably aren't watching this video, so I'm going to skip to the macOS part here. So if you have a Mac, click on macOS link here. All right, so unfortunately I don't have a Mac, so I won't be able to demonstrate exactly how to install it, but I'll try to walk you through it as best as I can. So the first thing you need to know is what type of processor you have, either Apple or Intel. If you're not sure, here's how you can check. In the top left corner of your screen, you should see the Apple menu icon. You click that and then choose About This Mac. And then you should see some information about your Mac, similar to what you see in the screenshots here. What you need to look for is where it says either chip or processor. Wherever it says that, you should see either Apple, like in the left screenshot here, or Intel, like in the right screenshot. If you have an Apple chip, then you'll need to download the ARM64 DMG installer. On the other hand, if you have an Intel processor, then you'll need to download the x64 DMG installer. So going back to the website, if you have an Apple chip, then you want to click this link here that corresponds to the ARM64 DMG installer. On the other hand, if you have an Intel processor, then you click this link here that corresponds to the x64 DMG installer. Again, I can't actually demonstrate the rest of this process since I don't have a Mac, but it should be pretty straightforward once you download and open up the installation file. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to install the JDK on Windows. So if you're on Windows, click the Windows link here. And there's three variations of the installer that you can download. I recommend the MSI version. So where you see MSI installer here, click this link to download the installer file. And this should just take a few seconds to download. Here it's almost done. And we can, it's done here. So I'm going to open it up. So I go to my downloads folder. Here's the file I just downloaded for the JDK. So I'll double click this to open it up. And it's going to open up the installation wizard. So here you can just click next. And then it's going to ask where you want to install the JDK to. I recommend just leaving it at the default. So here's C program files, Java JDK 24. That's totally fine. Just leave it like that. I'll click next. And it's starting to install Java. Now it's probably going to ask you for permission for this app to make changes. Just click yes. And now it's successfully installed. So that was pretty quick. And here I'll just click close. If you want to confirm that Java has been installed, what you can do is open up PowerShell on your computer. So in the search box here, just type in PowerShell and open that up. And then again, just to confirm that Java is actually installed, that the JDK is installed, you can type Java space and then two dashes, so dash dash, and then version. So Java space dash dash version. And you hit enter, and you should get a message similar to this. It should say which version of Java is installed. So this indeed confirms that Java is installed on my computer. All right, so at this point, the Java JDK is now installed, and for most purposes, you should be all set. But some applications and tools require the Java home environment variable to be set. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video.